This is your Queen Bee Reading Detective. I hope you enjoyed your introduction to inferences. Now we're going to work on a lesson. You should have your graphics, your glue stick, journal, and coloring pencils. Right now, you're going to color your graphics and pause me. You're going to glue your making inferences at the very top and your puzzle pieces just as close to it as you can because we're going to write on the bottom of the pages. Go ahead and start gluing while I read our Common Core. RL 4.1. I can draw inferences from a text and refer to details and example in the text when explaining my inferences. All this is saying to you all, inferences means that you're making guesses. Now, if you're reading a story about two kids that are camping and they hear mysterious noises in the woods, you're not all of a sudden going to guess that a purple elephant's going to show up. Your guesses have to be based on what you know about camping trips and hearing noises in the woods. And it has to be from the text, from what the clues. You have to be a detective. The author will give you clues what the noise might be. So all that's saying is I can make some guesses from the story I've read by using the details in the story and the examples in the story. That's it. All right, now we're 3 questions on the bottom of the page. The text says, I know because, and I can infer because. The middle one's my favorite. I know this because, I know because, and that's the one we're going to use till at least after Christmas time until we can all practice. You're going to pause me right now so you can write these sentences. Pause me. Now, you're going to watch and listen to me while I model answering a short answer inference question. Splat! Oh, rats, thought Katie as she stooped to clean up the mess. I hope we have another one. She looked in the fridge and pulled out the carton. One left. Breakfast wasn't ruined after all. What did Katie clean up? How do you know? Right here is the short answer we're going to answer. Now, you all know what I love doing. I practice at night when I'm at home. I practice on the weekends. And it is on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right. We are going to rap together. R-A-P. Restate, answer, prove. In my experience, the restate upsets you all more than anything. All the restate is you're taking this question and making it into a sentence. All you're doing is taking your subject and your predicate and just saying, I'm going to answer what you ask. So, your restate in your answer is going to be in one sentence only. Keep it short, sweet, and hard to beat. So we have Katie cleaned forgot my E there. Cleaned up. Okay, let's stop a second. Let's look at the clues so we can decide what she had to clean up. All right, it made a mess, and she needed another one. She looked in the fridge, and she pulled out a carton, and it was breakfast time. So what do we know that makes a mess? You keep it in the refrigerator. You store it in a carton, and you almost usually have it for breakfast. That's right. Katie cleaned up an egg. Okay, see, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, we've already answered the restate and the answer. Now, that gets you 1 point out of 2. Well, 1 out of 2 doesn't sound bad until you realize that's just 50%. This is the most important part, and 4th graders, I'd say 80% of them, 75 to 80%, want to forget it at the beginning of the year. That won't be, we'll practice so much you won't forget it. Now, we are going to do, I know this. This because you've already done all the hard work. You had to find the clues to find the answer. So, I know this because you... Never mind, I've changed my mind. Hold on, let me erase this. You could have said it that way. I know this because in sentence 3 and 4, it says, and don't stop there, remember, it don't say it says so, it says she pulled out the carton from the fridge. Is this the only way to answer this? Absolutely not. I could have directly quoted. In sentence 3 and 4, it says that she looked in the fridge and pulled out the carton and you needed one for breakfast. Wait, let me comma. And it was for breakfast. I think that sounds better. For breakfast. Okay. You could have... you could have summarized it. You could have said, it says this because it made a mess, comma, you kept it in the fridge, comma, you stored in a carton, comma, and it was for breakfast. There's probably 10 different ways to say this that would have scored 2 out of 2, 100%. Thank you all.